One night dreams press me. Listen, let me down if you can. No, let me free if you can. I don't mind, I'm already gone. I'm your past, so chase your future worst nightmare. Please forget it. Yeah, for one more day. I'm not your idea of ideal, so get me away. Now, Snow White, let me. It's for your private security. You can lie to you. It's being pure insanity. Yes, it could kill you. It won't kill me, but you can save us. It's a perfect mistake, the wrong of us that we can take. Yes, it could kill you, it won't kill me, but you can save us. It's a perfect mistake, no you can take the wrong of us. Now let me leave you, it's for your heart's security. You can lie to you, it will become perversity. Yes, it could kill you, it won't kill me, but you can save us. It's a perfect love fake, the wrong love bus. Now we'll never take.
Hello, welcome to Static Desires, the darker hour, the more dangerous hour, I'd say. We are having a dark Gothic Prom episode, and not that I really remember if I actually went to prom. Yeah, I guess I did go to prom. I don't know if I actually had a great time, but that's okay. Well, for now, we are going to start off with our friends in Rome, Italy, Les Longs Adieux. They're coming in to say hi.
Hello everybody, this is Le Longs Adieux from Rome, Italy. We are Federica Lee and Frank Morelli, and this is our song 1983. It was recorded in October 2020, and the video was made at home. And this is the story of Pierrot and the Moon, transposed in the 80s. Enjoy! Bye-bye!
Oh, that was awesome. Well, guys, I'd like to introduce you to my dearest label mate, Agnes from Poland, who's also a dark electro pop artist. Agnes, say hi.
Hello, everyone. Here I am.
So, Agnes, did they have prom in Poland?
Actually, I think proms are a partyable after the exams, isn't it?
It's after the exams, like right
It's after
before
the
you go to
exams.
university.
Mhm. So
Yeah,
in Poland, we have something a bit different, but maybe we have like two balls. One is one is before the exams, and it's called studniówka. That literally means the 100 days before the exams. So we
oh,
celebrate 100 days before the exams, and we have a party. And then we have like a graduation ball, and I think that's two proms. So
did you
that's
go?
nice.
Did you
Have
go
two
to
proms.
your own to your proms?
Of course, I did. I went on both proms, the studniówka, that means the before prom, and the graduation prom. But I have to admit that after watching all the American versions of proms and seeing all the beautiful places and the themes of the ball and stuff, I must admit that my balls. Sorry for
You,
my
you,
accent.
no, your accent
My
is
proms,
awesome.
my proms were one word: lame. It was like someone with no imagination
I don't even
organized it.
remember my
So
own prom. Like, I think mine was really lame because it's how much I don't really recall a lot of. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't really recall
if you
any.
don't remember it, I think it wasn't great. So mine wasn't great either. And I wanted to say that if I could have another prom, I would love it to be in a dark alternative style where everyone would wear like goths. That would be awesome.
Well, you guys have those like awesome Gothic castles out in Poland. That's that. I would redo my own prom and go to like to something like that. Yeah, that's a more
Yeah,
Victorian Gothic theme. Yeah, and make it really epic.
we could, but no one could afford it, and no one had the idea of doing it. It was just lame,
Well, we're just gonna
like
have
a
to make up for that, and we're gonna have to play. Or you're gonna have to
mm,
have a show, one of
yeah.
those Gothic proms in Poland. Yeah, there's
I
a
would
there's
love
a
it.
festival in Poland called Castle Party. Where it's a big Gothic festival, but it's done at an actual
Yeah, a famous
castle, and
festival.
yeah, and I've seen photographs, and those are really
Yeah,
cool. So if
I
so, if you
played
and I are
on
gonna
it
do prom again,
twice.
it's gonna be
So.
at Castle Party in Wrocław in Poland.
Whoa, yeah, that's an amazing idea. Let's do it. That's a
Yeah,
great
why
idea.
not? You should do it, and we should bring everyone else in Darktunes, like have Omnimar,
Oh my god.
Maria.
All the Darktunes
Yeah,
bands on the
the Darktunes
stage and
bands. Yeah,
having
we're
like prom. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. That would be
it'll be all
awesome.
romantic and beautiful and gothic. Speaking of romance, I'd like to introduce this next video by this wonderful artist from LA named Whitney Tai, who is actually one of my favorite voices in the scene because she sounds really expensive, like you guys will see. And we are showing her music video called Incantation. It's a multi-award winning video and one of my personal favorites as well because it's very romantic. It's done out in a beach and it's all very epicy. So yeah, Agnes, you might want to see this one.
I want to see it now.
to warn me through the night. Stay below me, hide your fear, taking shelter. All is clear, faced with myself again and again, wasting myself again and again, taking myself again and again, faced with myself again and again. Shining beacon, speak to me. Save the mother, lost at sea. Faced with myself again and again, wasting myself again and again, taking myself again and again, faced with myself again and again. Faced with myself again and again, wasting myself again and again, taking myself again and again, faced with myself again and again.
That was really awesome. And that was so beautiful and so
Oh,
epic. You have an epic music video too, called I Am Light, which is one of my favorite releases. You released it earlier this year, or was it last year? It was last year, but
uh,
then
we
Darktunes
recorded
released it
it in 2019, last year.
2019. Last year. Um, and but before we get to I Am Light, let's talk about you. So, dark electropop artist. You were in bands before, and I know your history. You were in bands before. You've done all the festivals in Europe, and which is really really awesome. When did you start your solo career?
Oh, okay. So, guys, that's a long story, but I will try to make it fast. Well, it's all about a girl and few men, and it was like me being manipulated. So all my band stories are like me being manipulated. So it's not nothing happy, nothing funny, but it was my past. And well, with the first band, we had some successes. We played on Mera Luna where I could meet my biggest idol, Nightwish, and I was on the backstage with them, and I could say hi, and I could say them what I learned, especially for the occasion. I told them, "Mina rakastan Nightwish." That means I love Nightwish in Finnish. I learned Finnish for this occasion. So that was amazing feeling, and we recorded one album. And well, it wasn't enough for me. I felt like I want to do my own music, so I started Red Storm, the other band, and I still worked with two guys from the previous band. So it wasn't like truly splitting with the band, but taking two person to another band, and it wasn't a good idea. But well, we did another album, and it was all my compositions. It was my lyrics, my vocals, everything. So that was a nice period of time to develop my own sound. And well, I still like the album.
Yeah.
But well, the atmosphere in the band was getting worse and worse, and finally it became toxic, and we couldn't like stand each other anymore.
So yeah, it was time. I mean, since you're doing all the writing anyway and a lot of the composition, it was time for you just to go solo. And then, but you've gone into a dark electro genre, and also you've gone more pagan, like more cosmic, more mystical, more magical with your aesthetic and also with your sound. So tell us about like all of your inspiration with that.
Well, I'm not sure if I can speak about such things here, because it's really, you will think I'm crazy or something. Because everything that's connected with Agnis, even the name, is so intuitive and so magical that I sometimes feel like I am a priestess of stairs.
Well, Agnes
So,
means fire, right? Or something like that. It means fire.
yeah,
And
Agni is a Indian god of fire.
right.
Also, Igni is a incantation from Witcher that brings fire, like Igni. He did something like Igni. So that's also fire.
We're very familiar. We love The Witcher.
Yeah, me too. So, and Agnis is also just a name, Agnes. So I'm Agnieszka. It's in Polish Agnieszka. In Nordic, it's Agnis. So it's basically name Agnis, but name Agnis means pure. So I came on some combination that Agnis is also in Latin. Agnis means sharing. So it's like Agnis is to share pure fire. Sharing pure fire, and that's amazing. I love this idea.
All the stars and planets align and basically led you to this new path with music. Yeah, and actually that's what's really great about your recent single, I Am Light, because it goes from concepts of darkness going into light.
Yeah, it's exactly my path. That's my path.
Well, let's check out the video because it's such a stunning video. You and your husband did such a beautiful job on it. And again, one of my favorite releases. And I could not speak any more highly of this work of art. So let's check it out.
Okay.
That was so brilliant. Woo! Like all the dance moves. Like I will start doing that. It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm good in robot dancing. That's my thing.
Yeah, all the robot stuff. It doesn't even look like it's robot. It's like all very druidy, very kind of witchy, godly. I think.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
it's awesome.
What's a bit creepy about it? It's that I had just like intuitive guidance from I don't know space again, and I haven't done any like choreography before. I just wanted to be like to wear the white costume
Mhm.
and just to feel the song and to dance in the forest and
Well, we
on the
definitely
beach and in the water.
felt your
And
soul in that video for sure.
and
It
then
was
I
really
felt
great.
like the black uh, the black version. It's like the dance of the black swan, the last dance of the dark side of myself. Yeah. So it's like
Oh.
I don't want to die, but I want to shine, but I don't like to shine, but I want to shine. So it's like
You,
the dance
you
of
have to shine.
Samara from Ring.
I
I
love,
cannot shine. I want
yeah,
to die.
I love the contrast of what you've done, like, with the dark to light and how your dancing is just, woo, it's totally mind blowing, and the
It's,
track is
it's
so
intuitive.
beautiful. Yeah.
I was a bit afraid of the reaction because I knew that it's like pure life dancing, pure life doing whatever I feel now. So I wasn't sure if it's gonna be good
Oh,
enough.
it's
But
amazing. I mean, my mind was blown when I first saw that, and it's really inspiring to see you do it.
that's
So you
amazing.
have another single. So is it a continuation of the same concept where you talk about lightness and darkness and all that cosmic mysticism?
That's exactly what you said.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So the story is I started like the Agnis path, like my solo project, with intuitive feeling that it's time for me to find the light and to stop being so much in the dark side of the force. And because with the previous band, it was very demonic and diabolical, and it was everything. And also the climate in the bands and what happened in the bands was diabolical, and everything was, I think it was evil.
Oh
I feel like
no.
that.
Nothing is
So
entirely evil.
it wasn't entirely evil, but I felt like it's finally time to feel the light, and it happened almost at the same time the COVID pandemic started. So it's strange. And when it was last year in March, and then I started transforming myself. And in March, I started the path. I joined like what's the name like a group of witches. Let's call it witches,
Oh,
but
like,
it's
is it like
like
a coven? Is
like a
that-
coven. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word. So I joined
Wow,
like a
really?
coven.
That's cool.
Yeah, but but it's more like they are more like Wiccan witches, but I don't feel it like Wicca. I feel like if I believe in something, it's space and cosmos and nature. So my hashtag, my one of favorite hashtags, cosmic witch or new age witch, is what I believe like
New
the,
Age
the
witch.
most. That's like new age witch.
I'm all for
So
that.
I
I mean,
started.
I love all that stuff.
Yeah, I think you also are a new age witch. So
Think
I
so too.
started my path in developing the bright side and following the age of light and stuff. And I really transformed. I started meditating and yoga and everything, walking in forest more than usual. And then I felt, the inspiration to make the video clip of I Am the Light. And after that, I got the contract. So that was just like epic.
With Darktunes.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
epic. It was like I was sure that it had to be something magical because I did one video clip of my own and I got the contract. And with the bands, we were working for 10 years to get a contract. And it was
Yeah.
just one song for me to do it. So it was like,
Yeah. Well,
it's a magic.
Raph is like he's like an
It was
angel.
like,
Like I mean, I moved to Spain,
yeah,
and next thing you know, as soon as I moved to Spain, I got a contract from.
yeah,
I know. It's like it's crazy. So
whoa.
what's the name of your next single? And
Yeah,
also,
about that.
will you have a music video along with it?
Yes. So it's also a fascinating story. Let's begin. So the video is called Light and Fire because when I developed
Because you're
myself and
light and fire.
I'm light and fire. Yeah, I'm not only the light. Yeah, that's the path of my development that I finally dealt with the dark side, and it occurred that inside me there's only the fire, and there's the fire that can bring light and happiness, and it's ethereal and soft and something like that. But there's
I
also
love it.
fire that burns and that rage that bursts, and
Right. Like that's destructive.
it's the like the powerful, yeah, that's the powerful warrior part of me. So I am like the ethereal witch of light and demonic fire beast at once. So, and I'm finally okay with this.
That is
And
awesome.
yeah, I can feel I finally can control all of it. I can give the light, but not too much. I know whom to give the light, and I can show the fire if it's necessary. So
Yeah.
the song is about it, and I think it's the. By the way, I think, but I'm not sure 100%, but I'm going to call the album Light and Fire because it's all about Agnis, and I would like the first album of Agnis be all about
When
Agnis and what I'm going to talk about in my music. Yeah.
when are you expecting to release the record?
I think I will finish it like this month or next month, like 2 months, I guess. And then I have to speak to our CEO, and he will decide. I think.
We'll decide
But I
when,
hope,
yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
will. I hope I could release it this year. That would be awesome.
Well, speaking of epic music videos, uh, beautiful scenic water. It seems like the last couple of videos that we just saw, they all have these water themes, and I kind of did a water theme video recently with my best friend, Future Enemies, who's one of my favorite collaborators. He and I've been friends forever for last 20 years, and we've been doing music or trying to do music, and this is the first time we actually finally got to do music like as a full collaborative effort. And we also shot it during the quarantine lockdown when it we were all restricted, so we kind of had to be creative with how we go about this particular video. So
I
I
know
shot
it very
mine in the
well.
bathroom. Yeah, I shot mine in the bathroom, my bathtub for the most part. and
Okay.
and he shot house plants. and
Oh, I
weird
already love it.
yeah, and houseplants and weird household uh household stuff, goods. I don't even know what to
Yeah.
call them, but check it out because it actually turned out pretty awesome.
Household set.
Let's go check it out. It's this is Left Unsaid by Future Enemies and me, Zarina.
Maybe I can comment this now. Oh God,
Yeah.
that's my favorite video clip of yours. I was
Oh,
like, whoa, that's this video clip. Oh my God, I love it.
thank you. The
And
household
well,
plants look great, right? And the
uh,
bathtub.
it looks amazing. When I first saw the video clip, I was like, wow, what a futuristic visualizations. Wow, what is it? What a high technique animations. Oh my God, wow, that's amazing. So
Plants.
well, I'm
Oh,
amazed by the video and the first sound of the song that just makes it like burst. It's like
oh, yeah,
whoa, and
we
you
really
feel
love those low ends. Yeah, we love our low ends for sure.
I am interested in your collaboration. So can you tell me about this friendship? You said it was it's 20 years
20
friendship,
years, yeah. So,
and finally you could do it. Was it because of the lockdown and you just have nothing else to do, or how did
I
it happen that you
we've
finally make
been
it?
so I mean, going way back, 20 years ago, I was in a rock band. Like you, I was in a rock band. I was in a progressive rock band, and we were very active. Yeah, around 20 years ago in New York, and we were working on a record, and we actually got my friend Joe Paratori, who is now known as Future Enemies, to be the producer. And so ever since then, we've had this friendship. We produced a record together. We never really released it to the world. We end up well, the band ended up breaking up and going on their separate ways. So we had the record shelved. And but throughout our friendship, we've been wanting to do something together, like write songs or produce some tracks together. And we started dabbling on that. But then when I came up with Zarina, 2018, yeah, it's about 3 years ago. Um, I had all my songs written, and so I asked him to lead the production on one of my marquee tracks, and it's called Silence and Surrender Neon. And actually, the original two, Silence and Surrender. So he led the production on that track, and it actually became my most popular song. It's the one that got picked up by editorials and curators, and so we've always wanted to keep going, but he's busy because he's in real estate in New York. That's what he does. He does real estate in New York, which is a great job, by the way, and I'm really proud of him for doing that. But um, so eventually, several months passed. He wanted to work on a track or get back to music again, and so he asked me to work on Left and Said together. And
Well,
Left
so
and
you are the
Said,
first musician he think about. So that means
well,
a
only because
close
we've been friends for
friendship.
so long and we've been really good friends. And then Left and Said is about the closure of a chapter and opening a new one. So it's that little sliver
That
of
was
time of
too
turning the
hard
page.
word for me. The first
Yeah.
one. What?
So it's about transitioning into from
Oh,
one place
transition.
to
Yeah, in other
another.
words.
And then
Mm-hmm.
how there are certain things that will never get said and certain things that will never get done. And I wrote this track and did it with him right before I left New York for Spain. So it was kind of like my goodbye track for New York and all the wonderful
All
things that I've had in there. And then we did the music video basically in that fashion where it's a little somber. It's a sad song, because I'm saying goodbye to New
Mm-hmm.
York and then moving to
Oh
Spain. So that's
no.
how
Mm. Now
yeah,
I
so
will
that's
watch it
that's the
and be sad.
story.
Oh.
uh yeah, I do I like making sad songs. I don't know why. I'm like, some people are
Yeah,
really good
because
at like making
you're
happy
in
pop
dark
songs.
pop genre. Yeah, that's dark pop. You have to be
Yeah, I
sad
guess
sometimes. And dark.
and then it's yeah, some people are really amazing at making happy poppy songs. Like,
Yeah,
I never developed
that's
that. I
not
guess
for
I've
us.
always just been yeah.
Yeah.
I've always been like, a little bit more moody and, more
Romantic,
thought provoking. Yeah,
sensitive. Yeah.
sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so yeah.
Witchy. Witches are not too
I
happy.
the new
Wow.
record that I'm working on is all has pagan, witchy elements, cosmic elements, and it's very different from the
I
first
can't
record that
wait
I
for
did.
it. The shootings
It's gonna
behind
be
the
fun.
stage are amazing. Wow. Your
Well, since you're
costumes and your headband, like the samurai again. Wow.
by the
You're
way,
a beautiful couple.
you and your husband are also Geminis, right? You guys are both
Yes.
Geminis. Like same
And
me
you are
with me,
both.
and yeah, both Geminis too. And then we all work together. Yeah, that's how
Oh my
it's
God.
done. That's the formula.
That's how it's done. Yeah. You're right.
That's the
I can't
formula.
wait
You
to
need to have
meet
two
you.
Geminis.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet you finally, so we could call up like 4 Geminis. Like, wow,
Yeah, we have four
superpower.
That's actually
That would
8
be
people in the
amazing.
room because for each
Yeah.
Gemini, there's 2 people.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good to be Gemini on quarantine because you have you and yourselves.
Yeah,
It's
for
always
sure.
fun. I'm not alone.
Gemini power, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're wrapping up, and I am about to pass this off to Electrish. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you so much, Agnes, for joining us tonight because this has been awesome, and you're awesome.
Thank
And
you,
I love you.
Sarina. And I can't wait to make some music with you because you inspire me. Woo!
We're gonna
With
go
your
on
futuristic
tour.
sound. Yes, let's do it.
We're gonna go on tour. We're gonna drag Maria from Omnimar, Jen from Dust and Mind, Lucy from Toll. Yeah, we're gonna drag the
My
whole
God.
crew, and we're just gonna like invade Europe.
Yeah, and we will do the Gothic Prom at Castle Party in Poland.
Yeah, and we're gonna wrap it up with a Gothic Prom at Castle Party in Rock Club, Holland.
Yeah.
Which is actually
Yeah,
a
so
really
everyone,
epic
you have
location.
to write to the Castle Party organizers. I don't know how to say it. But you have to write to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Organizers.
And tell them that you want all the Darktunes bands to play at Castle Party. Yeah.
We're going, and then
Do it.
yeah, we're gonna have Static Realms basically do an exclusive feature. Static Desires do an exclusive feature.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to bring Eddie and Electrish. And speaking of Electrish, take it away.
Yeah, take it away.
Thank you, Zarina, and thank you, Agnes. That was a great start to our Dark Prom. As you all know, earlier I was at the prom for Static Realms, and it was awesome. But this is Dark Prom. So let's watch a music video now from Ludovico Technique and his song, Embrace.
Ludovico Technique.
Found you staring at me. I knew right away where I wanted to be. Inside you, it's where I belong. Open yourself.
you in a loving embrace until the end of our days. My hands locked around you in a loving embrace until the end of our days. My hands locked around you in a loving embrace until the end of our days. My hands locked around you in a loving embrace until the end of our days.
All right, so that was Ludovico Technique and his music video for Embrace. Very vampiric and wonderful. So now I'm going to bring in a very special guest for you all. She is from Calgary, Canada, and her name is Eva X. Hey.
Trish, how are ya?
Great, how are you? Welcome to the show. Thanks for being on.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
We're always excited to have her on this show. She's awesome. So I understand that you are, a fan of the darker side of music yourself, and you make a lot of music yourself. So tell me what you've been up to.
Always a fan of the dark side. I've been busy. Today is my day off from shooting my most recent music video. The last 2 nights have been straight shooting, working on a full-length album that's well in progress. I'll be playing a little clip from it in a few minutes here.
Awesome.
My husband, Eric from Adoration Destroyed, and I are working on a split release as well. Actually, a couple split releases. We're working on a split EP coming out at some point. And we also just finished a Lady Gaga cover for a good friend of ours that'll be getting released soon as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Am I allowed to ask what track it is? What Lady Gaga track?
Am
I not allowed to ask? It's okay if not.
No, I've actually had the world's. I've actually had the world's longest week, and I don't remember right now.
Oh, it's okay. No worries.
Oh, my producer is yelling from the side that it was Bad Romance.
Oh, I love that one. Yes.
Me too. I don't know how I forgot that. That's really
I'm very excited about that. All right. So speaking of your new material that you've been working on, is there any chance that we can hear a clip that you've been putting together so far?
You can hear a little clip. I've been working away with a couple of my producer friends, and here's a little intro.
Awesome. That is so awesome. I'm so excited.
I have to make myself stop it. I'm very excited about this album. It's really coming together so well.
And is this your first time collaborating with your husband, aka Adoration Destroyed?
So we've collaborated obviously on music videos before. He did both my Subsume and Black Blood music videos with me. But the split is our first time collaborating musically, as well as this cover. He was actually supposed to sing this cover, but he went back to the guy doing it and said, I know someone who would be brilliant at singing Lady Gaga. So that was actually how I got that gig.
Amazing.
And yeah, we finished up the original track for this split last summer, actually. And we're going to put a couple covers on with it as well. One that's really significant to him and one that's really going to be a lot of fun for me. I mean, they're both going to be fun for us, but we each kind of picked a favorite.
Well, thank you for letting us hear a little sample from your new material. It's so, so good. I'm so excited.
I can't wait to get this out there. It's so good.
You're a hardworking girl, and I really respect that about you.
Thank you so much. You guys are doing all the hard work here. So Static Realms has grown so much from when I first showed up here from my basement.
Yeah, we usually have like 5 things going on. If we don't have 5 things going on, then we're being lazy, I think. So yeah. Anyway, I would love to show you some music videos before showing your music video. And so the first one that we're going to show is by Ice Steel, a band that's also from Canada, and their music video for I Can't Be There. Okay, so that was I Can't Be There by Ice Steel. What did you think of that?
I loved that. That ending sound design, that's like totally got the creepy aspects that I aspire to.
Yeah, I love that part of the, that's my favorite part, is the ending, that fade out with the creepy effect. I love that. Yeah.
Yes, and
they're also from Canada, your hometown, which is awesome.
My home country.
Yes, yes. But I understand that you're now in Texas, in Austin, correct?
I am for another week.
Are you liking it there, or you haven't really been out much?
Not out as much as I'd like. Obviously, with COVID, we can't really like go out and enjoy Austin music as much.
Right.
But it's warm. That part, it's warm. We have a lot of friends here. It is really great.
That's good. So since tonight is our Dark Prom episode, I am curious. I know that you don't have prom really where you're from, but do you have any stories about a school dance or anything from the past that happened similar to prom?
Yeah, we have a high school graduation dance. It is kind of prom. It's like a lower key prom, very much, that we don't call prom. That's a Canadian thing. We'll have like a lower key version of the American thing. It's like the CFL.
Oh.
So yeah, I did in fact go to my high school prom. My then boyfriend drove me. My dad had this super old convertible that I convinced him to let my boyfriend at the time drive to high school grad. They actually had to come in a separate car with jumper cables because the convertible was so old.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I unfortunately never went to prom, although it might be fortunate at this point because I've heard nothing but like horror stories from people about their prom experience. So
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, mine was low key. We went, we came back. I think we watched Spaceballs afterwards.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun.
You know, it was fun.
That's good. So yeah, our next music video that we're going to be showing is also a band that's from Canada, and I know that you're familiar with Actors.
Yes, I love Actors.
Yeah, they're great. They're a great band. They have so many amazing music videos. They're like cranking them out right now. So the one that we're going to be showing is actually the most recent, and it's a song called Like Suicide, which will be on their new album. And I absolutely love this music video. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's a really good one. So
sorry, Actors, I love y'all, but I haven't seen it yet.
That's okay. We're going to show you right now.
Perfect.
All right, so here is the music video for Actors Like Suicide. Okay, so that was Actors Like Suicide. Great video. I love that.
That was so good.
I love the coven, the three witches, you know, the coven, the walking out on the beach. I love that. That's so cool.
Yes, no, I love how they got the light and the overlay set up and that. It's just really, it's just great.
Okay, so without further ado, we're going to be talking more about what you've been working on. I know we got a little tidbit of the newest music, but I would love to know what else you have planned. Is there anything that you can tell us about your music videos that you've been working on?
Oh man. So there's one we're working on right now and one in the pipe, and they're bigger and way more ambitious than what we did for the EP.
That's good.
Like the shoot we did last night was the most complex thing I've ever had to put together. A bunch of props, actors, an actual actor.
Wow. Nice. And how many hours would you say that you've racked up working on these videos lately? Like, I know you've been committed to them.
Including pre-pro and that, like 20 hours already on the video.
Wow.
And probably closer to 30 because we did probably a solid 8 hours of prep and shooting last night. Another like 3 or so last night and the night. Anyway, yeah, we've got 6 hours on Sunday to finish her off, and then obviously all the pre-pro and that, and the actual scripting and trying to sort. We went through a couple different iterations because, you know, I had an even bigger ambitious plan, and that ended up being too big. So just working on the scaling and that. Yeah. But the DIY shots we got last night are so amazing.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see.
So, wait. But yes, it's huge. And for the second one, I'm going to have to be cagey on this because we're still really working on details.
Right.
But it looks like I am going to be able to enlist one of my good friends from when I used to model and do burlesque in that. She's an incredible performer and visual artist. And that is going to be fantastic.
It sounds amazing. And you're so creative. I can't wait to see every single thing that you do in the future. I'm so excited.
I think the big difference for me between the EP and the album is the album very much has a bit of a team behind it. Like I'm writing it, I'm doing a lot of the production, I'm running things, but there is a great team of co-producers on the album. My friends Shane Stevenson and Adam Mott, Listening Party, they've been a little in the background of Electro Woman, but they're back and bringing a lot more to the table. They're great, and Eric is in on the videos from day one. He's been part of helping realize all this, and the final product is just really strong for having the whole team in it. It's been really great.
That's great. That's really good. So how many new tracks and videos can we expect to see in the next, let's say, year?
At least 8 new Eva X tracks.
Wow.
A couple of remixes that are going into the works. I've lined up some pretty cool remixers. So that's going to be really awesome, as well as I'm continuing to do remixes for other people as well. I'm working on the split with Eric. I'm working on that couple Lady Gaga covers and things I did last year that are coming out now because of the pandemic. I actually recently had a feature come out with the guys in Chemical Straitjacket, who's like an industrial metal thing.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's going to be great. And I'm not sure how many videos yet. I'd like to do a couple. I've recently inherited a video camera, so I can now really DIY things for lyric videos and that. So.
Speaking of your music videos, I know that the Black Blood music video is your most recent. And can you tell me a little bit about the making of that one?
So that one was made. I was invited a couple months ago to host a New Year's Eve stream, and they called me and basically said, hey, we've got a slot for one more video, but it has to be a premiere. And Eric was coming into town, so I basically asked him really, really nicely if I did the simplest concept I could, would he be willing to put that together for me? And he said yes. So he got in, and a couple mornings after he landed in Canada, we found a wall. We found the most interesting wall in my parents' basement where we were quarantining, moved some furniture around, shot a video against it.
I love it. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. It was very limited and very challenging in some ways because it's like the song is obviously pretty dark and grungy. So we're like, all right. We did a lot of work in post to get it running, and it was definitely a really interesting video to put together. And, you know, came out really, really cool, especially considering we had that video out and done in the time it's taken me to basically do 3/4 of the filming of this one. So that should give you an idea of the differences in scope.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so we're excited to show that music video. So would you like to say anything else about the music video before we show it on?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it was, the song actually also was for a benefit compilation for Klaus Larson of Leatherstrip. When I was approached to contribute to that, I decided to basically take the first song I'd done and produced all by myself, Black Blood, take everything I'd learned, and basically rework the song almost from the ground up. I think the only thing in there that's still original is the bass and the vocals, and I re-engineered the vocals.
Oh, wow.
So it was a really cool snapshot for me of how everything evolved from the EP to now. And now it's like the touch point for how everything is evolving and moving forward again. So I'm really proud of how that all came out, and I am really excited for what I'm bringing forward next.
Me too. I can't wait. All right, so let's go ahead and show the music video for Eva X's Black Blood.
I see you
gone and your memory dead. Don't wanna talk, I want the haunting to end. I want my blood back from staining your bed. I don't want love, I want revenge. I want you gone and your memory dead. Don't wanna talk, I want the haunting to end. I want my blood back from staining your bed.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Static Desires. I'm Electric, and I am excited to have a very special guest with me. She's been on a previous episode. She is a fashion icon and a rock star, and her name is Caitlin, and she's from the band Corlyx. Hey,
Hey,
welcome back. Thanks for coming back on our show.
I'm happy to be here, and you say such sweet things. Oh, darling.
They are all true. They are all true. You're
Thank you.
I'm so excited to be speaking with you because I actually have with me the Alternative Girl Fashion Tales book. So before we get into that, since this is a dark prom themed episode, I'm curious, did you go to prom or do you have any prom experience, prom life from the prom?
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't go to prom. I went to 4 different high schools. So my first high school was in Hawaii. Second high school was in Florida. And third high school was half in one part of Orange County, and then the other half where I graduated was in Laguna Hills, which is also another part of Orange County.
Wow.
So it was just like, at that point, I didn't care about, I just wanted to graduate, like, you know, showing up to school with like 10 different hair colors, and like it was really hard to fit in. And you know, I'm sure you can imagine it's hard for anyone to start a new school, but like doing that like 4 times in a row, it was just like, yeah, I prom came and I was just like, no, I didn't even know any of the people really. I was just like, yeah. So I unfortunately did it, although I did go to one school dance. I think it was in Hawaii, so it was like my first freshman year. Like we had some sort of dance, and I don't know, I just vaguely remember like the girls on one side and the boys on one side.
Yeah, well,
You know, just awkwardly sitting there like,
I never went to my prom. Proms are overrated, and you know what? Why not dress up every day, right?
yeah. I mean, I would have loved to have gone. I was actually like, I was totally jealous. Like I, you know, saw all the girls getting dressed up and like getting the limos, and like I definitely wanted to, but I just was like, oh, I don't know any of these people, and this is just weird. So,
you know, you went to one dance. That's good.
yeah. And then basically, I spent my entire 20s clubbing, so I made up for it.
Definitely made up for it. Yeah. I love your tiara that you have on, by the way.
Yeah, I decided for my tiara for you
A
guys.
tiara and a spiked collar. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
a little
fantastic.
bit of Beauty and the Beast.
Love that. So speaking of beauty and fashion, let's talk about this book.
Yay! I have to do.
I love this. First of all, the art is amazing, and I love the poetry. You wrote the poetry in this book.
Yeah.
It's inspired by the fashions that you have donned, which are always awesome. You're welcome. My personal favorites are the Keytar Rockstar.
Yes! That's my favorite.
And then, of course, the beautiful Queen from Mars.
Yeah.
The beautiful red dress from your reptile video, which is amazing. So how did that come to be?
It was just totally like the illustrator who is a friend. He just was like, I love your style. Like and he did like a fan drawing, like some fan art, and I just absolutely loved it. I posted it on my Instagram, and he just approached me. He was like, we should do a whole book. And I'm like, yeah, that would be cool. Like, what are you thinking? And then he's just like, I don't know. What about like paper dolls?
Yeah.
And so obviously if you go to the back of the book, you can like cut out the dolls and you make like these little, I don't know, paper dolls. I mean, it's very old school. Like I was like, paper dolls, do kids play with paper dolls? I don't know. But I think it's good.
Yeah, paper dolls are actually still pretty popular in books. So I think it's awesome to have really cool styles on paper dolls.
Yeah, and we just thought, and I thought, and then all of a sudden when he brought that up, I was like, ding, ding, ding. Wow, I actually don't know any kids' books about any sort of alternative fashion, like at all. Yeah. And I just think like, you know, bringing that topic to kids nowadays, like alternative fashion mainstream as hell. Like you can find spikes on any designer clothes, like, you know, it's very integrated now into mainstream fashion. So I just thought it would be a good, you know, maybe there is a book about alternative fashion for kids. I don't know of it. I kind of did like a little
other than this. Yeah. I love this. By the way, we have a little surprise for you. I want to show you something if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Surprise! So
oh my
I have
God.
a little Caitlin. Actually, I love this so much. I would have cut the rest of them out, but it took me so long. I forgot the space to cut in the little lines. You know?
The little crevices, yeah.
It's so great. And yeah, I think it's great for, you know, the younger generation. Because, you know, it's hard to fit in when you're young and you're, you know, around all these other types of people. And I think that it's very inspiring to have this. I don't know. I don't have any kids, but
me neither.
I mean, if I know people that have kids, yeah.
Yeah, I hope it gets out. Oh my God, I love that video so much. You have to send it to me. I will absolutely. I will post that on every single thing I have. That is so cute.
We chose clips from your porcelain skin video because I just love the headpiece that you're wearing and everything. It's just amazing. I love that.
Thank you. There it is, actually, right here on my
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love to display all my fabulous creations, and oh my God, that video was so cute. Thank you so much for doing it.
Yeah, no problem. It's our pleasure.
Yeah, it's just a really cute idea, like, you know, paper dolls, and then I was like, okay, and then I'll like write little quirky poems about it. You know, one of my favorite poetry books when I was a kid was Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Yes,
and I just kind of, you know, I kind of pulled from that, and you know, I'm writing songs all the time, so poetry's pretty easy for me. And
it was a very cute idea, very cute concept.
Thank you so much.
So I understand, speaking of you know, music, I think that you recently watched the Korn live show, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh my God, I told everyone, guys, like, we got a ticket for the Korn live stream, like, come over. And so we just made like a little night of it, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you do when you're going to a real concert, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally.
And Oh, we were totally blown away. We actually hooked the live stream up to our studio monitors.
Oh,
So we had like a really nice sound system.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It
I
was
a huge Korn fan in my earlier like middle school and
Yeah.
early high school. It was like the best, you know. Korn was such a cool band, and I'm sure that watching them live is just as cool as it used to be. So
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, first of all, the quality of the live stream is amazing, and the stage setup was like incredible. It was on a huge skyscraper
yeah,
in downtown LA. But also, I was just like watching them, and I'm like, wow, they're so effortlessly cool still after 30 years almost. It's just like unbelievable what other bands could perform, you know, that's been around for so long, especially in the genre of like new metal. You know, it's like they transcend that, though. They transcend new metal. They're just such amazing musicians, and like I highly recommend anyone who hasn't watched the live stream, like you have to check it out. It's just so worth it. And
check it out.
yeah, I'm a big Korn fan from obviously high school. Like that's where actually probably middle school is like when they first like came out with Blind. That caught me right there. That's actually what kind of got me into metal in the first place.
Yeah, and their sound is so, if they have like that signature bass line and everything, it just gets you in the zone. It's so good.
Yeah, and nobody sounds like that.
Have you ever met any of the members of the band or anything like that?
Yeah. So I have a funny story about that. I'll keep it short. But basically, it was my very good friend was there, or still is their manager, Peter Katzis, and he just called me up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm in Vegas. Korn's gonna play. Do you guys want to come and like hang out?" So we're like in LA at the time, so we're like, "Yeah, we'll be there." So we drive to Vegas, you know, and we're pumped up. It's just me and my girlfriend, and we get there and we watch the show kind of from like the side stage, and it was great. I have actually seen them a few times in concert, so it was awesome. And then we all went to the Hard Rock Hotel afterwards, and then it kind of just dwindled down to like me and my girlfriend, Monkey, like the owner of the Hard Rock Hotel was there, and then we were like at the top of the suite in like this huge hot tub, like overlooking the strip, and you know, it was definitely a really good time.
Sounds like a fun night in Vegas to me.
Yeah, and it was just it was like one of those crazy nights, and we basically like partied until 3 a.m, and then drove back to LA like after all of that. And it was just like I was like basically the only sober one, so I was like driving, everyone was like passed out, and I was just like, oh, this sucks. But it was like one of those 24-hour just like crazy
adventure, right?
Yeah, crazy experiences, like hanging out with Korn, like
yeah. Hey, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love the fact that your fashion sense is so avant-garde. I remember watching a lot of runway shows for a very high fashion, and they were always wearing such interesting pieces, very avant-garde, darker kind of styles. So for you to kind of like show that in all of your videos and in this book, I think that's so awesome.
Oh, thank you. I'm
always excited to see your looks.
Yeah, I don't like to like just be goth, like I'm inspired by Coco Chanel, like I have so many fashion inspirations, and like I love to blend things together. Like I never call myself goth because I'm not just that. Like I think like when you're goth, you're very like trad goth, traditional goth. Goth has like a lot of different. Hey, you know what? Maybe I'll write a kid's book about it. But basically, yeah, I like to blend lots of different things. So I mean, the fact that I mix pink with black all the time, and like I just I pull from so many different places. So I don't know what I am, but I just try to be creative, keep it creative.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so we are going to be showing one of your live shows after this conversation. So can you tell me a little bit about the performance?
So we did a live stream from it was just like a local here in Brighton, a little studio where you can rehearse, and then they also have like a nice stage room. So we just rented that out, and I got a really awesome guitarist to join us. He's like a little guitar celebrity here in Brighton, and so it's super honored to have him, Ben Langford Biss. And then, we just rehearsed 3 times before the live stream, so it was kind of like, all right, we better get this. And it was right before like our second COVID lockdown here, so it was like kind of crunch time. We kind of felt like this might be the only thing we do all year, so let's like make it good. I didn't want it to just be, oh, here I am in my living room with like my phone live streaming. Like I wanted to actually like make it good, make it semi-professional as possible. And then
and I one day when the world returns to some sort of situation where we can go to live shows more easily, I would love to see your band perform because you're so talented.
I mean, I absolutely, we're definitely coming to the States. We'll like hit, I think probably not this year, but 2022, it's like. And the other thing too is I have a new album basically almost finished. Like it is finished, it's tracked and everything. It's just getting mixed. So, but I'm almost like, I don't know if I want to release another album without being able to tour to support it. Because I'm really happy with our last release, but we didn't play any shows to support the album. Like all we have is our live stream. So I don't know what to do. I do want to release some singles this year. I will. But as far as like the album coming out, probably next year.
Well, I hope that, you're able to do everything that you want to do with your new album, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And I can't wait to hear it.
Thanks. Yeah, it's like a combination of basically everything I've ever done.
Awesome.
In one record. So I don't know if you've ever listened to like our very first stuff. It was dark pop. Yeah. And then the second album was kind of more industrial. Third album was more post-punk. So this is just like
a blend of everything.
Yeah.
I love that. Can't wait.
Yeah, cool.
So thank you so much for speaking with me today and talking about your awesome book and talking about your show that we're about to show. I am so honored to have spoken with you. I really enjoyed your interview with Zarina on the last episode as well.
Oh, we had a great time. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love just, it's not like we can meet so many people nowadays, especially at school last year. I'm used to just like, I'm very social. Like I like to go out and meet people, and it's just like, it's nice to be able to connect on some way.
I agree. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. We will see you soon.
All right, darling. Thank you for playing my live stream.
Absolutely.
blood stain on the floor. this out, everyone. Thanks for donating. And I love you.
Thank you so much to CZARINA, and thank you to all the artists that have been on tonight's episode of Static Desires, The Darker Hour. If you have a music video that you'd like to see on our show, submit it to staticrealms@outlook.com, and together we can listen to the darker side.
Hi there, this is Cameron family. I'm not available at the moment, but leave me a message and I'll call you back real soon.
Hello 75 Prom perfect mistake. The wrong love bus that we can take. Yes, it could kill you, it won't kill me, but you can save us. It's a perfect mistake. No, you can take the wrong love bus. Now I believe you, it's for your heart's security. You can lie to you, it will become perversity. Yes, it could kill you, it won't kill me, but you can save us. It's a perfect love fake, the wrong love back.